Y'all want to talk recruiting or camp talk at first? What y'all got? How y'all feeling?
Shoot,
Uh,
let's go ahead and do some recruit. We got some exciting recruiting on well, I guess for 2 programs we got. Well, I guess 3 programs we got some exciting recruiting depending on how.
and you know what's funny? Y'all definitely should start because I was like, what we got so excited? We got a lot of people coming on campus.
No, we
But
had
we,
some commits on both sides. Good and good and I ain't gonna say bad, but good and yeah, I say bad. Good and iffy. Put it that way.
Yeah, it happens, man. You know, it happens. Especially with Randy Shannon involved. Randy gonna give you them specials, boy. If he ain't got nothing else, he got a nice lunch special for you.
He
$6.99.
consistent, boy. I'm telling you,
Get
boy.
you a whole
It
combo.
don't change nothing. They know exactly what you want when they come in. Oh, that's
Yeah.
Randy. They fixed it right there for him.
He landed like I remember
As
when
soon
we
as
got
he
Voshon
called,
Joseph.
oh, it's Randy. He just called. He don't give no order,
Yeah.
no nothing. It's Randy.
Nah.
Hang up. Boom.
Yeah. His coupon code better than yours in Tallahassee right now. You
All
can
right.
get Randy. He said
R.
rent,
Shannon 305, man. You get
Right.
you get you an
20%
offer.
off.
You get you an offer at
Get
Florida
your
State.
off.
Now he
God
hit
bless
with
Randy,
I
man.
remember we got Voshon Joseph to commit. He was ranked like 3005 or something crazy when we got him. And I remember we getting trolled for him when we had Randy Shannon. But
Voltron ended up being the best one out of that high school
yeah,
because your boy was there too, man. I forget the kid.
Mitchell.
Now
I think it was
FSU
Mitchell.
wasn't. Damn it.
It was another linebacker. It was two linebackers
It
from
was
that
another one,
year
man. I know.
at the same school.
Yeah, but I'll think about it in a second.
All good, man. We can start with some Gator talk, some Gator recruiting talk. We got to commit, and I spoke about this recruit last show. Austin Simmons, 6'4" quarterback out of Pahokee, Florida. I learned last night that he's originally from I think from Broward or Dade. He's not originally a Pahokee kid, so I'm gonna take the 5'6" tag off him. You know, respectfully.
Yeah.
But we got to commit. He's classified as 2025 right now. I'm expecting that to change. I spoke about that last show. It's been on a lot of message boards since then that he may be reclassifying. I still think that's going to happen. He hasn't officially done it, but I expect him to join in June. Whichever way he stay, if he stays in 25, it's still a blessing. He's just to show up 19 years old with like 5 or 6 years of varsity football. He's been playing varsity since he was in 8th grade, so a lot of experience. Very intelligent kid. Graduated high school in 9th grade. Has an associate degree that he'll be getting this spring. I'm hearing he's very intelligent on the football field as well. Can diagnose a lot. Billy and the guys brought him in just to break down some film. He was very sharp in that capacity. Um, and my whole take on him, I think 6'4" kid, big arm. You can see him in some RPO action if you look at his pokey film on the huddle tape. Athletic, not super athletic, but he can move a little bit. I think he's a very good quarterback. So probably end up being, if he stay in the 25 class, a top 5 quarterback in that class. Uh, I think Billy's gonna bring in an elite quarterback every cycle. The way he's recruiting, I don't know what he's selling them, but they buying it. Um, if he comes behind Lagway, pause, he's going to have a hard time getting on the field if he comes in 25. I think his opportunity, if he's as sharp as he say he is, and I can see the physical tools, his best opportunity to not to beat out Lagway, in my opinion, would be to come this summer, be ahead of Lagway as far as film study and all that experience. Eh, But if he comes in 25, I just don't see it. He's gonna wait a little bit before he play unless Lagway gets an injury. But good get by Billy and the staff. And also, if he comes in the fall, on the flip side, if he comes in the fall, that makes up for Jaden Rashada, and there's no hole, no plug to be filled when it pertains to the 2023 class. So shout out to Billy for plugging the hole. He also has a baseball scholarship, which is a trend with Billy. Max Brown, DJ Lagway, and now Austin Simmons all have baseball scholarship offers at the University of Florida in football. Could be a trend, just something to watch.
Well,
Well,
you heard any smoke about him going pro baseball?
no, I haven't. He's that good in baseball to go pro? I haven't heard that.
I heard a little something about that. That's why I was clarifying with you. But yeah, I heard that it was a chance he could get drafted. So um, pretty highly. So I didn't know if that was some word that came around your way as well.
Nick Delatorre is our resident baseball guy. He's on Stadium Miguel. And he spoke about him playing baseball. He said he was a good baseball player, but it wasn't on Nick's radar as far as him being a high drafted baseball prospect. Those guys got to get drafted pretty high for them to boat And what NIL is doing these days, the money they can make as far as college athletes, a lot of
Right.
them aren't going to bolt unless they're drafted extremely high because they can make a lot of that bread in college and still go to the because you're not going to the MLB to the majors, you're going to
Farm
AAA
system to
farm
yeah.
ball, correct?
Yeah. And the farm ball don't make a lot. Like I said, unless you're a really high draft pick, because that's what some people was confused with Kyler Murray as well, because he would have
Right.
been, and I think he did turn out to be a fairly high MLB draft pick, but the guaranteed money and he went number one in football is definitely a lot better on the front end. Back end baseball money is nicer because it's all guaranteed. Hell, they still
Right.
paying Ken Griffey Jr. in Cincinnati. I just found that out. I was like,
He's
man,
top 5 on their payroll.
yeah, that's
Mm.
crazy, bro.
Bobby
That's a
Bo still getting paid too, ain't it? Bobby Bonilla?
Yeah, Bobby
Yeah.
Bo. Everybody knew about Bobby Bonilla Day, but I never knew about Ken Griffey Day.
Yeah,
Me
and
neither.
he is top 5 on that payroll too. It ain't no
Almost 4 million a
bullshit.
year. Almost 4 million a year, bro.
Mm.
That's
Good for
crazy.
him.
And the kid don't need it. God bless him.
We had some offers go out this week that was interesting. I think the recruiting services are behind. Just to chime in, we were talking about the Randy Shannon tape. I don't think the recruiting services is going to catch up to Randy, but they are behind on a lot of these kids. I've been seeing some kids with some big time offers that don't even have a single star. Micah Boro, 6'5", 350-pound defensive tackle out of Hampton, Georgia. Florida State recently offered as well. Auburn, Boston College, Georgia, Kentucky, Ole Miss, Tennessee. On every service, he has 0 stars with those type of offers, but
No,
huge
I know
kid.
exactly what you're talking about. He's huge.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a player. He's going to be a player. I expect him to skyrocket a little bit with his size and athleticism, just checking out his tape. But right now, he currently has no stars. We sent an offer out to him. We are behind some of the guys with the offers, but everybody's in the same boat. He's just kind of being discovered in Hampton, Georgia, a ball player, man. Justin Jet Denson, a DB out of Providence, Rhode Island, has verified speed of 4.51, 6'2" kid. I like his film alive. Y'all haven't checked out his film, go check it out. I think a lot of people. I looked at his first offer. One of his first offer was Mel Tucker out there at Michigan State, and I don't care if Corey Raymond is doing it, but I think Corey Raymond is in his algorithms. He's in Mel Tucker's algorithms. Uh, I think this kid ends up in the SEC or a big time program, Ohio State, Michigan, or high in his recruitment. He's from that area. They're closer to him in the programs he grew up cheering for. But a very fast kid, very tall, rangy kid. If you cut on his tape, you're gonna see a lot of ball hawking, him covering a lot of field. The competition ain't high. He's in Rhode Island. Let's keep it a bean. So it ain't. But speed to speed, covering 100 yards, covering 55 to 55. That's the same in every sport, and you can see that type of ability from him. Like him a lot. William Satterwhite, uh, 4-star interior lineman out of Akron, Ohio, is another offer we sent out. He's loaded with offers. Alabama, Tennessee, Michigan, Auburn, Kentucky, Penn State, but we just entered the race. Um, somebody visiting this weekend. Texas A&M commit Dylan Evans out of Longview, Texas. Spencer, Sean Spencer and Joe Hamilton are in charge of his recruitment. We offered a month ago. He's out of Texas, so he has a relationship, and he's very known. He has a relationship. I'm having a rough day today. He has a relationship with DJ Lagway. So he said that the Florida Gators offer is huge to him, and they climbed the ladder in his recruitment. And we'll see him this weekend. We'll see how it go. But an interior lineman that's heavily coveted. Who else we got? Visited the past week. Cameron Franklin, #1 prospect in Mississippi. We offered him back in November. He's committed to 2 official visits so far. He set up Tennessee and he set up Miami for this summer in June. No date. He's going to take his recruitment the distance, but he's a #1 player. He's out of the Slade Belt. It's going to be a tough pull to get him out of there, but he looked like he want to get out of there with the Tennessee and Miami official visit set up. So we'll see how
He
it goes.
visited Florida State too, so he
Yeah,
done
he's
been
been
all
on
through Florida.
on campus about 3 times, but he did recently. It's crazy because I said the same thing. Like, he's a Mississippi kid, this, that, another. But all his visits, has been suggestion otherwise. Sure enough, like right after I said that, he had put out a tweet that he's visiting Ole Miss pretty soon. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, but you
But
can just
yeah,
walk over there.
you can definitely just walk over there. But them, like I said, the Mississippi kids, it's just something about it.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, Mississippi State, man, I mean, it'd be like, shit don't even make no damn sense for these kids, man.
So,
Yeah.
hey, you like what you like, man. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Some people a little more country, some people a little more rock and roll. Just depend, bro.
Jacob Gould is another prospect who I spoke about last week that we sent out an offer for. He's from Fairborn, Georgia, Langston Hughes High. He visited this past week. We envision him as a nickel safety type prospect, football player, man. Cut that film on, you're gonna see a guy that could just play flat out football. I don't like to get into all the verified speed and offers every time. It gets a little redundant, but this kid's a straight out football player. We'd love to have him in the fold. Georgia is cooking. Like Georgia has the best prospects overall every position, in my opinion. You get whatever you want out of Georgia, man. Now Terrion Tuggle, 6'3", 185-pound receiver out of South Bend, Indiana. He has offers from Georgia, Michigan, Texas A&M, Oregon, Miami, Washington, Auburn. He visited this past week.
Notre
Receiver,
Dame?
what's up?
Notre Dame? You got to have Notre Dame, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh,
100%.
I thought I was just waiting on you to
They from
rattle
South
off.
Bend. Well,
Because you don't hear kids from South Bend often.
shit. They got a receiver class.
yeah, you also hear about kids from South Bend too often.
Did I freeze?
Yeah, you
But,
froze.
yeah, half
Yeah, I
second.
froze.
Okay, there you
Yeah,
go. What you were saying, though?
Nah, Indiana got like 3 or 4 receivers that's elite this cycle. If you
Just,
go check, yeah, they got some guys that can play. And that ain't normal, but they got
right,
some
right.
guys that can play. Harvey, I'm sorry, Jamari Howard made a second visit in 2 weeks. Florida Relays was on campus at Florida, so he was there running, and of course he had the family with him, so he swung by, checked out Corey Raymond. Just an incredible kid when you look at him physically. He's 6'1" and a half, has a 6'8" wingspan. Just gonna be a battle to his recruitment. I know Miami just entered. He visited Miami as well, I think, in the last week and a half. So it should be a old fashioned Big Three battle for him, in my opinion. Currently committed to Michigan State. I don't see Mel keeping him, but like I said, I think a lot of
he,
people, a lot of people in his algorithms is for it. Mel got some evals, bro. I'm gonna keep
he
it a
can
bean.
eval. He can definitely do that.
Yeah.
But it's different story keeping it. What remember that story we had with who do we have on a couple weeks ago, man? Dang, I'm drawing a blank as well, just like that.
Who we had on?
Yeah, Florida guy.
Wait, a Florida
Bostic?
guy?
John Bostic?
Yeah, we had John on, and he was talking about our coach at Middle Tennessee, how his dad sent him the tape or whatever. Don't good player this time, not taking right here and there, but he's not leaving the state of Florida.
Nah.
And I feel like it's gonna be the same as far as that with Jamari Howard as well. Cornerback like that it's gonna come down to 3 schools. I got some more on him on my end too, but I think it's gonna come down to the 3 schools for sure.
Already. Jaden Jackson, a defensive tackle out of IMG. We offered him about a month ago. He pulled up with the family, stayed for a couple of days. 6'2", 300-pound guy. He said Florida rolled out a perfect presentation. They say if he could rate the visit, it'd be a 9.6 out of 10. He currently has offers from Michigan, Ohio State, Tennessee, Notre Dame, Auburn, and USC. We'll see how that all plays out. They're trying to get him back on campus for an official visit this summer. Cam Pruitt made his first appearance to Florida this past week. He's from Theodore, Alabama. Elite linebackers. We got a few linebackers that Jay Bateman's trying to close on. Right now, we have a Darius Hayes and Miles Graham committed to top tier guys. Both guys are in the top 100. Very elite guys that are on borderline 5 stars. If we could add Chris Jones and that linebacker, I think it would be an elite haul. That would be a perfect way to close it out. I don't know where we at with it. He's a Georgia kid. Georgia's high on that board. All the big dogs are after him, but in my opinion, if we could close it out with those 3, it'd probably be our best linebacker class all time if we could get all 3 of those guys. So shout out to Jay Bateman. Everybody was ready to fire him a year ago, but he's starting to cook a little bit on the trail, man. Good little class he got cooking this cycle. TJ Moore released his top 13 on Monday, cutting it down to Florida, Auburn, Clemson, Colorado, Georgia, LSU, Ohio State, Penn State, Pittsburgh. There go Pittsburgh, y'all. Random Pittsburgh being random
TJ
Florida
Moore's
kid stuff,
he's a
man.
receiver.
Yeah,
Yeah,
out of Tampa.
tell you, man. Go get some receivers, man. Some Florida receivers.
Par for the course.
Yeah.
Who else dropped down?
Top 13.
Okay, Austin Vandergriff, offensive tackle. Uh, I'm
Well, if you
sorry,
don't come
Blake
back and don't
Frazier.
drop no list at all, don't even drop a list. You doing that, man?
Yeah,
Top
it's too many. I don't
15.
like. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
I like to keep it around 5, but
You're right.
he's a very important
Just say my
recruit in the
recruitment is
state.
still open.
Yeah,
Respect my decision.
Right.
it's gonna affect the bidding, man. You keep it wide open like that, though. Like the number goes up a little bit. Uh, Blake Frazier, offensive tackle out of Austin, Texas, also dropped his list down to a few schools. Florida, Michigan, LSU, Clemson, and Texas are his 5, respectable. 6'6", 270-pound guy, number 15 offensive tackle, number 204 overall. A football player, man. He's the son of former offensive tackle Steve Frazier, who played at Michigan. So Michigan's a player in his recruitment. And that's all I got for recruitment wise, man. Next week